Here we are going to look at the in and the not in operator in Python. This operator is also called as membership operators. So the in operator, it checks whether a specified value it is present within a sequence. The sequence is also called as an iterable object. An example would be list or a tuple, an array or a strings. And the not in, as the name suggests, does the exact opposite. When we use in and not in operators within a condition, it returns a value type, and the value type is a boolean. So this essentially means it returns either true or false. Now, if we are using in operator and if that specified value is found within let's say a list, then that statement returns true. If that value is not found, then it returns false, right? The not in operator does the exact opposite. This means it checks for absence of a value. The in operator checks for presence of a value, but the not in operator checks for absence of a value. So here I have given some examples which we will be looking at in the demonstration. Now in the list 1 contains 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So if I use the in operator to check for 50, it will give me true. Now if I use the not in operator to check for 50, it will give me false, because the in operator checks for the presence of 50 and it is true, and the not in operator checks for the absence of 50, which is false because it is present. Similarly, there is a string data type which I have defined as my name is YouTube. So the substrings in these would be my name is YouTube. So we can check for any of these actually. And now if we check for is in string 1, then it is present in string 1. Hence it returns true. But if we do is not in string 1, it returns false. Now similarly, tuples also work on the same way. Now in tuple, I'm checking for 8, whether 8 is present in tuple 1, which is false, because in tuple 1 we have only 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now in tuple 1, the 8 is absent. So if I check for absence of 8, I'm going to type 8 not in tuple 1. This returns true because the absence of 8 is correct and hence it evaluates to true. And now this we have seen tuple working with the lists, working with list, strings, tuples, and it also works on arrays in the same principle. But there is something called Python dictionary, and on this it works slightly different. So as we know, in dictionary we have key and value pairs. So the in operator works only on the keys and not on the values. As we will see in the demonstration, here print, if its keys are represented by these, and the numbers, the words ONE, TW and 3THRE, these represents the values. So if you're using a in or a not in operator, it's going to check only in the values and not only in the keys. That means this one, 1, 2, 3 and 4, these numbers, not on these words which are actually values. So this we will see in the demonstration. So here we are going to demonstrate the in and the not in operator in Python. Now I'm going to declare a list 1 which contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'm going to check whether the 5 is present within the list 1. And as you can see, the 5 is present. and hence it returns true. Similarly, I'm going to check whether 6 is within the list 1, and this is going to evaluate false because 5 is not present in the list. Now I'm going to check the not in within the list 1. Right now the 5 not in list 1, this will evaluate to false because the 5 is present within the list 1, right? The not in operator, as I said, it checks for the absence of the value. The 5 is not absent, it is present, so this will evaluate to false. Similarly, if you look at the 6 is not present within the list 1, so hence this not in operator will evaluate to true because the not in operator checks for the absence of the element. Now, let's check this for the. Now let's demonstrate this the same example for the string. So I'm going to declare a string1 variable, and this will be essentially this is a sentence. Now I'm going to check whether this a substring called as this is within the string1, as you can see. And now something is not a substring in this string1, hence this will evaluate to false. Similarly, I can also check for the not in operator. Not in operator also works on the similar basis as what I explained above. Yeah. So now let us take another example where we are going to check for the check in the dictionaries. Now let us check this on in and not in operator within the dictionary. So here I'm going to declare a dictionary that contains four key value pairs, and as I'm going to type the ONE is a value, so this ONE is only present in the value, and hence the in operator is not going to check for it because the in operator actually checks for the keys. So here we can see the number 3 is a key is a key, and hence the in parameter will check for this presence of this number 3 within this dictionary, and this it will evaluate to true because 3 is present as a key. And yeah, and whereas the ONE is present in the value of this dictionary, hence the in operator is not going to check for it. This concludes the demonstration. Thank you for watching. I feel like this video, give a thumbs up, and since this is a growing channel, it would be really helpful if you subscribe. And if I forgot to add something, please comment below on what, and if you need further examples or code, please comment below and let me know. Thank you. Thanks for watching.